dan, dobri ljudi.
Dobar dan.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So let's start by telling us your names.
I am Antonia.
And my name is Antonia as well.
So one is with a J. Who has the J?
Me.
And you don't have the J.
Yeah.
So you both work with LORI Rijeka. Let's start with what is LORI?
LORI stands for Lesbian Organization Rijeka, hence acronym LORI, and it has been founded in 2000. And for now, it is the first registered lesbian organization in Croatia.
And every year you hold a festival called
Festival of Queer and Feminist Culture, SMOQUA.
SMOQUA. So tell us about SMOQUA.
SMOQUA is a combination of arts and activism, and this year we are really proud that we gathered more than 45 activists and artists from more than 10 countries, from Croatia and abroad, and we will have approximately 20 something, more than 20 events, various events on 7 locations in this city that flows, or Rijeka. And what is important to say also, the overarching theme is resistance and resilience. So we want to explore the power of togetherness, sorry for my broken English, and all the means to achieve social changes.
So a lot of us who are advocates in the US do like to know, what is queer life, queer culture like for people here in the Balkans?
Well, for me, I think I haven't had much issues. I think it's because I'm bisexual for most of my life. I've had boyfriends and I've had a very stereotypical look. But I feel like if I did have more queer experiences, that I would maybe experience some degree of discrimination. However, the thing I do experience is a lot of bi-erasure, which I think it's not as bad as the abuse that other people face, but it is very much real.
Well, I was just trying to reconcile my thoughts as a person, as a lesbian, as a queer person, and of an activist. Because usually I speak from the position of an activist that is also a peer advisor, that works with LGBTQ persons, that mostly have endured some sort of discrimination or violence or harassment because of their sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. But what I usually say when people ask me how is it to live in Balkans, in Croatia, as a queer person, I think is, how often do you see 2 guys holding hands in public in Croatia, or 2 women? Or how often do we see queer persons in public? Not so often, which doesn't mean that there are no queer persons in Croatia. It's just that our visibility is quite low because people don't feel safe to be out, don't feel safe to live fully, proudly their identities as queer persons. But also, it doesn't mean, again, that we don't exist, and there are so many brave people and so many young brave people that join, for instance, SMOQUA or join LORI and want to make social changes, that want to achieve that more people can live freely.
Seems very important to have such a festival.
Yes.
That was a very enthusiastic yes. So the festival, it's only in person, or is there an online as well? Or is it just people like me participating online?
Sometimes it is there are online events, but sometimes there are hybrid events. Somehow after the COVID era, we were all, I think, overwhelmed with so many online contents, and then we wanted to return as quickly as possible to the old normal. And now, after a few years, that is just my experience, I think that people have come to the balance, like, okay, but being online also brings us so many other possibilities. We can bring some people, or some people can join us that couldn't physically be here. And that is, for instance, why I'm really happy that you are participating in SMOQUA, even though you couldn't be physically here.
So how can people, maybe queer people like me, especially Croatian queer people living abroad, if we can't come to SMOQUA, can we support by making a donation to LORI? How can we help?
Well, yes, there is a small section on our webpage about how to support LORI. So one of the ways is to, of course, make a donation. There are ways how to do it, but also people can volunteer. Even though they aren't maybe physically in Rijeka, there are various ways how someone can share their knowledge or help other queer persons in so many ways. For instance, recently we started receiving offers from mental health professionals who wanted to volunteer for LORI in terms of providing free psychosocial support for LGBTQ persons, especially for youth, and that is wonderful.